How's everyone doing? So, Strength Chat episode 23, and today I'm going to chat about what's the best time of day to train. So, before we get going, if we're honest, most people train when they can and they try and fit it around their lifestyle, okay? However, there's always that question of, if you could, when would be the best time to train? And the other common question I hear is, if you're training for strength and doing cardio or conditioning, how do you structure your training? What comes first? Do you do strength training first or conditioning and then strength training? So hopefully in this episode I can give you some answers, and all the topic I'm going to chat about today is based on two studies that were carried out over the past 2 years. So they were carried out by Kusma et al. So that basically means Kusma and a couple of other people who helped them out doing the study. Okay. So best time of day to train. Most people are naturally stronger in the afternoon or evening. That's because you've been awake all day, you've ate, you've drank, you've fueled your body. So that's why people are naturally stronger in the afternoon and evening. However, there is a bit of confliction as to when is the best time to train. Okay, a few studies have said that it's specific times throughout the day that you need to be training. The study I looked at said there was no difference. There was no difference between training in the morning, training in the afternoon, or training in the evening. Now, the thing I took away from this is that this may actually be relevant to any powerlifters who's watching, who may be competing in the morning. So you get weighed in at 8 o'clock and then the first lift off might be 10. So it might be an idea to add some sessions in on a morning. And really, if you look into this a little bit more or use a little bit of, shall we say, common sense, if you're strong all the time. It doesn't matter whether it's in the morning or in the evening. If you're strong, you're strong. Okay. It might just mean that you need an extra few warm-up sets in the morning, and maybe a few extra cups of coffee just to wake you up. The only difference is that obviously you've waken up, your body isn't firing all cylinders compared to in the afternoon and evening where you've had a full day of eating, drinking, all that sort of stuff. Okay. So in terms of the time of day, it's not that much different. One thing I will say is that, or interestingly, is that if your goal is hypertrophy, okay, so putting on muscle mass, the studies I looked at actually showed that it might be better training for hypertrophy in the evening compared to in the morning. Now, I don't know why that is, okay, but in the study that they carried out, the people that trained in the evening gained more muscle mass, gained more hypertrophy than the people that trained in the morning, okay? So just bear that in mind, but there is still a little bit of research to be done on that topic, okay? But in terms of strength, it doesn't really matter throughout the day, okay? Again, there is a little bit of confliction on that. I'm just going off the study that I looked at, okay? Now then, what about the order of exercise? So this ultimately comes down to what your priority is. If your priority is strength, do your strength training first. If your priority is conditioning or cardio, do your cardio or your conditioning first, okay? Basically, that boils down to you want to be the freshest for the most important part of your workout. What are your goals? What are you actually training for, okay? So again, if you're training for strength, do all your strength training first, then do a little bit of conditioning. If your goal is to improve your conditioning or your cardio, do that first, and then do your strength training. Most of you who's probably watching, our goals are probably increasing strength, okay? So you don't want to be going out and doing, 30 minutes absolutely blitzing yourself on the bike or the rower or whatever condition you're doing, then trying and go and do, a PB on deadlift. You've got to be smart about what your priority is and prioritize that first so you're freshest for that, okay? So I hope that's answered a few questions. Most of it, to be honest with you, is a little bit of common sense. I might have said stuff there that you already know, okay? So any questions on that, leave a comment below. Again, I'll try and get back to you as quick as I can. If you want to get involved in training with me, again, give me a shout. If you've already planned out your training week and you want me to have a look over it and just be like, is that right? Have I put things in the right order? Am I training at the right time? Quite happy to help you out with that. So again, thanks for listening, and I'll see you again.